Rumble problem. I'm sitting here bitching about Facebook. Well, we are back. We're live. I don't know how long it'll take us to get a few more people in here, but let's have a smoke. What's been up? What else has been up? I know you probably told me a couple times, but what's your job? What do you work at?
Well,
Not like specifically, but you know.
I'm a maintenance manager for a few apartment complexes here in Pekin.
Dude,
That's
that's
my main position, and then obviously I work about 35 hours a week doing the meetings for MMP. We do 7 days a week, twice a day, at about an hour and a half to 2 hours per shot. So that's a significant amount of weekly hours put in just for that part. But my main job is a maintenance manager.
yeah, that is definitely like taxing because of all the people. I used to work at I not work at, but like I lived in an apartment complex and I got to I got a little discount for like locking things up. Like I was like a not really security, but I was like they called it a courtesy officer. But
Yeah.
I would hear those maintenance guys talking about all the complaints and all the people, like the constant. I'm sure you get all that.
Well, you
No,
got
too.
to deal with the little stuff, people's day to day. The sink's dripping, the water heater stopped heating water the right way, tub overflows. You've got little stuff, but it's a lot of mowing, a lot of mowing and trimming weeds, buddy. Let me tell you that there's so much.
I can imagine. Yeah, the landscaping alone is
Yeah,
insane.
it's, it's the worst part. If I had to pick a piece out of what I do, that's like the part I don't like. That's it.
Hmm.
But it's also not climate controlled. Pretty much everything else I do, I'm
Right.
inside of a
Think
climate
about
controlled
that.
apartment with the door shut for the most part.
I,
So you
I
know,
figure you probably do a lot of air conditioning work in the
uh,
summertime. I'm sure. No.
little stuff. Yeah, I can tinker with the motors and get the outdoor stuff running if it's seized up. But there's a lot of that stuff that, for one, you got to be licensed to gas off any of the freon and stuff. But which I don't have any of that. But
Hmm.
there's a lot of that that's just better left off left to somebody who's professional sometimes.
Exactly. Do you ever do like I don't know handyman work for people outside of that, like on the side? You know, since you have
Yeah,
those skills.
I tend to do a few water heaters a year outside of here because it's a
Mhm.
fast, easy in and out type of job.
Oh yeah, think
Um, I
about
don't mind. I don't mind replacing windows or doors. Stuff that's simple, pull and play, plug and play, whatever you want to call it.
that.
I don't want to get into a lot of heavy construction unless I'm going to bid it that way. I don't want to bid a job as a handyman if it's a remodel, and my prices reflect that. I've been doing this kind of stuff since I was a teenager, and I'm late 40s, so um, I've got a little bit of experience, and I tend to bill accurately. If I'm doing maintenance man stuff, you get billed the maintenance man fee, but if we're doing laborious construction or carpentry work, it's gonna be a little
That's all
different.
I ever ask for, man. And what's so funny is like you ask people for help, and a lot of times they them automatically assume you're looking for some kind of homie discount. It's like, bro, just give me a price.
Yeah,
Some of these people like they're so afraid to just like give you a price. Like, well, if I say no, I say no. If I can, I can. It's like just do it. Just like when I back in the day, slinging a bag here and there. It's like people always you gotta tax them just so that you can give them a discount so they feel like something happened because I knew this guy that like would not leave unless he got it like $5 off or something. It's like, bro, I don't tax. Like, it's just that it is what it is. Like, I don't. This is. I have it. I had it pretty solid, but there's some people that love to haggle. Anyway,
hmm
that's a whole separate kind of issue. But I'm
I've got
still
to tack
sharing
a
it with
little
you.
extra onto their bill to start with. That way, you got somewhere to go from.
Yeah, because I was never like that bad. I was like, you go somewhere else if you think the price is bad. All right, I shared out to a bunch of groups again. My groups.
It looks like it's letting
We got
people in
Gabe
this
back.
time.
Yeah.
That's good.
What's up, Gabe? speaking of Gabe, let me throw you in the number wheel real quick, Gabe, since I see you in the house. Okay. We're here with Josh White from the Marijuana Maintenance Program, you guys. If you
Hey
guys
guys.
could help us out, please hit the like button and share it out. We had something happen and the stream went down, and this is our round two, if you will. And we're gonna make the best of it. Looks like we got 11 back in the house now. Let's try to triple that if we can, and we'll do a door prize later. Are you? That's a good question for you. Are you doing any like? So is MMP? There's
Do I
no.
still give stuff away?
Do
Yeah, I
you
still give stuff
sell
away.
anything?
No, not really. Marijuana Maintenance Program doesn't sell anything because they're a nonprofit. Um,
Right.
White Glove Seeds sold stuff, um, and then that money was donated. That's how MMP stayed in existence up until last year. Last year, when we started doing a real fundraiser, which is the MMP Classic One, that was the first time we'd ever really asked the public for any money at all. The five
Good.
dollars here or there for somebody to buy a ticket for a raffle is not the same as asking for thousands of dollars in donations to cover the cost of operating. You know, it
Right.
also is nowhere near asking somebody for 20 or 50 or $100,000 to open up a transitional housing program, which is the ultimate goal, is to be able to offer a halfway house style situation that's cannabis centric and made for us and made for the program. I've written a couple books. I rewrote the 12 steps into the MMP Baby Steps Guide, which is available on Amazon.
Nice.
Um, I wrote the MMP Thought for the Day, which is our daily recovery reading. So that's 365 days a year where we tie back into these 7 points of recovery and how our people recover. Again, and this is all, we're relatively in our infancy when it comes to these type of programs, and we're definitely in our infancy when it comes to these type of programs. AA is 100 years old, and we're a decade or less into this, um, but we're there. We've made our way into that side of things where we're a legitimate program that we have intake paperwork ready for when the time comes that we are able to open this type of housing. And that intake paperwork is standard rehabilitation intake. It is the same way any traditional rehab would do an intake on somebody, meaning we can go from on the streets actively using to recovery, which is the goal, right? Like that's the main
Yeah.
goal: be able to get people off the streets and back into active recovery and active life.
So, what we could talk about that. What else do people need to know in order to get into the program? Like, just go follow you on Facebook. Is there a website?
There is a website, www.marijuanamaintenanceprogram.com, has a lot of our information there. Facebook is a wonderful way to communicate with a lot of different people that are in the group, that are active within the group, coming to these meetings regularly. The meetings themselves are the best way for a person to decide if cannabis related recovery is something that's right for them. Most people who do this already know they already are doing it, and they're like, well, I didn't call it anything, but yeah, I used weed not to drink alcohol 10 years ago. Or yeah, I don't smoke crack anymore, all I do is smoke pot, there's nothing else in me and I never do anything else. Well, that falls in the same line of what we do. There was just not a name for it back then. So and that's very often.
Yeah, I mean they say California sober, green and
Yep.
sober,
Yep.
marijuana maintenance program. Okay, here it is, marijuanamaintenanceprogram.com. If you guys want to check it out, if you're not a Facebooker, because I do meet a lot of people who aren't into Facebook. They use Discord and X and Rumble and other places like that. And it's funny. I think YouTube just I don't know if it's launched, but I think YouTube is launching a private DMs.
Oh wow, like a Discord on
Yeah,
YouTube or
or no,
something.
just like a Facebook Messenger, or
Hmm.
being able to message somebody.
Okay.
Um, I might be wrong about it, but yeah, I heard about it recently. What's up, Caleb? Bring it on back. What's up, Leslie? We got Gabe was in on the Facebook side holding it down with the three guys. If we could try to share, repost if you can. Something happened and the stream went down, but we are looking at the website. But this was the main reason I wanted to have
Yeah.
Josh
So
on to talk about this event, which I don't know if we want to go through the whole thing, but I guess tell us about the upcoming event as if it was brand new, a brand new crowd, real
So
quick.
brand new, fresh crowd. We got the MMP Classic second annual. So this is the second time we've been down in Peevely, Missouri, having our golf event slash Canna event. And what this is basically, we have a cannabis festival going on location while we're having a golf scramble event. So the golf event is really the fundraiser for the MMP itself. These funds currently and previous year have gone to help cover the cost of just operational cost, which has increased exponentially since increasing the number of meetings to twice a day, 7 days a week, all the stuff that we've done on the active programs that we have going. Um, and really, the fundraiser itself is for the purpose of opening this transitional housing that we keep talking about, and that's really what we're looking towards. Our main goal. But again, this is down in Peevely,
I like
Missouri,
it.
on the 30th. So
I like it. The transitional housing. I saw something. I think it was Florida that had a program similar to that, and they were kind of touting the success of it and pointing out that um, it's working, I guess. But I like that. So like, you gone anywhere else to check out other programs to see what? I mean, I don't know how competitive like a what do you call it, uh, not for profit would be with another not for profit, right? Do you like share notes with other recovery places or no?
um, I wouldn't necessarily say share notes, but I've been to personally have been to 20 or more rehabs. Made it through them, went through
Oh
the
wow.
process of being there, graduated, all that kind of stuff. I've been in and out of rehab since I was 12. The first time they sent me in, I was 12. So um, I've been to a bunch of rehabs. I'm sort of aware of how they function and operate. The reality of it is that rehabs are just money mills.
Hmm.
Essentially, they bring you in, they
Insurance.
they bring you in, they dry you out for a short term. They don't really give you enough tools or stability to be able to make it when you get out the door on your own. And then within 3 to 6 months, you relapse and you're back in there again. And each time you come in, they get to charge the state or government or your insurance company $30,000 to $40,000 for your stay. And they just it's a steady return, repeat customer of the same people over and over and over again, infinitely. It's an infinite money glitch for them, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah,
Uh,
because they know that you're gonna have to come back. You have to repeat it.
yep. And because the reality of it is that most people are going to relapse if they don't have something else. A lot of these people are using the drugs and alcohol or whatever they're using as self medication already because our
Right.
healthcare system is terrible
An
on
underlying issue,
every
right? There's
level.
something else
Yeah,
going on.
most of the time. And if it's not physical, it's normally mental, where you're trying to self medicate, self regulate, and treat yourself for these, disassociates, diseases, and problems that you have within yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be taking something outside of you to make you the inside of you feel different. That's just how it works. And so with this program, it's not just that we rewrote the 12 steps into a little bit easier form, known as the 7 points of recovery. That part is helpful. Having a program, having a way to help retrain your mind through cognitive behavioral therapy, um, rational emotive health therapy. So, these different forms of pseudo psychotherapy that can help retrain your brain to fire off the dopamine and serotonin based off of good decisions rather than off of entering a substance into your body. which is what we're really trying to do. We're trying to retrain our bodies to respond to smart choices instead of responding to entering a substance. Just
Right.
because marijuana maintenance program replaces those hard drugs and uses cannabis as our main form of medicine, it doesn't mean that we're not actively, truly trying to not use the cannabis as a crutch. I don't want to use cannabis every time I feel bad about something. That's not how this works. If I feel bad about something, I question my feelings, my thoughts, my behaviors, my beliefs that are surrounding those. And those that moment of questioning that is what gives me the relief from the situation, not lighting a joint every time something goes awry or goes wrong or goes bad. My cannabis is medicinal and then at times recreational.
Hmm.
I'm a recreational user. It's the other reason why our program isn't Cali sober. We do say that I very rarely will say the word sober. I normally use in recovery, use the
Right.
terminology in recovery because I don't technically view myself as sober because sober is not having these substances in your body that are mood and mind altering. Well, that's my cannabis definitely alters my mood and my mind, and that's what I'm going for. So, to me, I'm in a full term recovery from my addiction, but I may not be sober according to what somebody who practices full abstinence would say
Right.
sober.
Do you
And
drink
that's
coffee?
important. Yeah, absolutely. And so do they.
Right.
Right. So, but to me, that word is not as important to me in my recovery as it is to somebody who's currently practicing abstinence based recovery as written by the 12 steps by Bill W. and Dr. Bob, as written by some of these other organizations who preach full abstinence or you have lost your day. You have lost your day count. You're no longer sober. You're not in
Right.
recovery. And we don't preach that, not from where we're at. That's not how we viewed the thing. But it is very much how they view it. So let them have their word. I don't really need to be sober. I'm okay with being in active recovery. I know a
Right.
lot of absolutely miserable, stuck up, unfortunate, unhappy, sober people.
You
You
got
know,
away from the things that were destructive in your life, and you're also. I would like to maybe change it instead of saying I'm a medical user or a recreational user to I'm a responsible user. I feel like like regardless of which way you go, you can't get out of you can't get out of any trouble scot free by saying I'm medical. I'm a medical user because you could still do something stupid, but that's beside the point. Like responsible user is
and to
the
go even further than that, I don't trust my health care to a doctor. I will trust if I have a broken bone or if I am lacerated and it's bleeding. I trust that to the body mechanic. That's what a doctor is, a body mechanic,
right.
if they're doing it right.
Hmm.
I don't trust my actual health to them. If I need to make a change within my body, if something doesn't feel right, it is the amount of sleep I have, the amount of type of water I'm intaking, or the amount of food I'm putting in compared to the amount of effort I'm putting out. Those are the four things that are wrong with me. If I have something that doesn't feel right, it is almost never something I should be putting a pill into my body to fix or a substance in my body to change. It is one of those four things. I should be changing the way I'm eating. I should be changing how much motion and movement I'm doing, um, energy movement, or I should be changing how well I am within my mind, because those are the other things that you actually can do by working, and that's what we do by working through this 7 points of recovery. We're helping to retrain and change that mind. So anyway,
Oh,
soapbox stepped off of. Anyway, I
gosh,
appreciate
we're
you.
fine. Well, we're kind of hoping to get everybody back in, but we got a bunch of friendly friends here right now, and I think some of them are resonating with this because, like Chris says, he see my problem because when I do things, when I go on a run, I don't do enough that I'm satisfied. I have to cross the oh no line. What? What do you mean? Like go on a run, do some exercise, Chris? That really does help with a little mental clarity. I had a question before that, but that's okay. Guys, hit that like button, share it out with some friends. Maybe I can tag a few more friends while we're talking. But the event is August 30th. I'll be there. Can you name off some of the vendors that'll be there?
Well, we know that potions and popcorn is going to be coming back, so we've got our popcorn vendor. The empanada cabana is going to be back again, serving up empanadas. We've got all of everybody that's on Recovery Row, I believe, will be making a second appearance, except for, I believe, Point of Change, who's out of Wisconsin. I don't believe that they're going to be making it back down for this one. Just
Oh,
scheduling conflicts. He's leaning heavy into trying to be a comedian, so he's got some
I see
gigs
that.
that are preset. You know, it's that time of year. So anyway, I totally appreciate that he's was able to make it last year.
Yeah, that's how I met him.
Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have Pops Edibles. Will be back in the house again. Um, there's another handful of people. I can't pull them all out of the rabbit's hat at the moment, but there's
Okay.
another handful of people that'll be back again.
Just thought
Um,
we'd hear a few, you know.
yeah.
Uh, I'm sure the Grill Room Genetics and Purple Haze Infusions, right?
Well, I'm not sure on that. I wasn't
Oh,
100%. I'm not 100% positive. Again, traveling conflicts,
sure,
scheduling
sure.
conflicts always keep people busy, you know, especially that time of year. Um,
I get
so
that.
you always find out more of those the closer you get to the event. People start locking in and saying, yeah, you know, that date's open. I'll be there. Looks like weather's right, so on and so. The same way with the golfers, you know, we may only have 20 golfers signed up, but just like last year where we had 10 teams when we were done, so double that. We had 40 golfers the day of. I'm presuming that this year will be the same way. You know, if we had um, the closer we get to that date, the more we'll have locked in.
Sounds good. It should be even better than last time. I'm ready. I don't know if I'm gonna golf. Like now, I'm like I got like going to find. You know, I might just come in Happy Gilmore style with like a bag with like a rake and like a broom and maybe a baseball bat.
Well, I can tell you that since we're going to be in a different location this time. We'll be up in front where the clubhouse is. We're probably not going to have the frisbee golf like I did last year.
I'll bring this. Sorry,
Um,
you're not.
um,
Yeah, no, it didn't really work out, did it?
it didn't work out. It would have been hard to track, but
Yeah.
what isn't hard to track is a putting challenge that is
Hey,
right
Andrew.
there. You know, right there where I can create the putting challenge
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
at the booth where they'll be able to come in, do a little putt putt challenge right there in or near the event, and that will help as well. Kind of draw some people,
Well,
I'm sure.
just a suggestion. Do not have to take me up on this, but I have a portable disc catcher that unfolds with chains and everything. That you could do a little putt putt challenge. You could do two putt putt challenges if people wanted to, like a short, just a short range, like nothing like that. That last one, dude, that hill and everything, that was like you had to be some experienced players to play that. I even lost my disc, I think, for a while. I was one of them that I threw. So it, you don't have to. Maybe I could bring it anyway, but we could do something like that too if people like
Well,
it. There's a lot
I
of.
do still have the I do still have the goal, and it can be set up on land. It's got its
Oh, you
own.
have one too. Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I,
same way
I,
we did last year.
I thought that was a permanent one for some reason.
Nope, no, I just stuck it in the ground. That way
Oh
it's
wow.
permanent.
Never mind then. I for some reason thought, well, you guess you're not near that hole now. You'd have to everybody have to go so far, but either way, I haven't used it in a while. I haven't gone frothing this year at all. I'm kind of sad about that now that I say it out loud. Um, APX, what's up, Andrew? All right, guys, we are going to show you this flyer a little bit longer. Then I'm going to go. Let's see when we're getting close to the 2 o'clock. We got 10 minutes. What are you smoking on these days? Anything different? What do you got going on?
Today I'm smoking guava now and later's, and it's okay. I don't really care for it personally. It's all right though, um,
Hmm.
but it's you know I've been trying these new flavors, trying to find something new to incorporate into some strains because I've really been working the gold train for 5 years. You know, pretty heavy. I've done crosses with that male and onto and with everything I found. And so I'm searching out new male strains. I'd love to find something that like I don't even know. I don't even know what it would be.
Where did the gold
I'm
train
actually
come from? Was it yours originally? Like, where did the how did that come about?
Gold Train was originally seeds that I got in from a gentleman named Rich Dean out
Hmm.
of Little House Genetics in Chicago, and it was a cross of one of his old strains of 1972 Colombian Gold as the female, and a male night train like Kim Valley Kush male. And so he named the seeds that were in the female gold train. And at the time, he wasn't actually selling those seeds. It was an accidental pollination. It was he had kept the 72 Colombian gold for decades and never had it pollinated, as far as I understand it. And so I bought these seeds called Night Fighter from him,
Night
which was
Fighter.
Night Fighter, which was a beautiful cultivar in of itself, and it was freaking beautiful. But those were the seeds I purchased, and he sent me what he called a bean in the buds
Mhm.
package, which was just an actual bud of 1972 Colombian Gold that had the seeds still in it from this
Wow.
cross, which was neat to have. He sent those to me, and I hunted them. I hunted all. I think I ended up like 60 or 70 bee seeds out of it, and I hunted all of them. And when he seen me doing all that work, he ended up reaching back out. He sent me another 3 packages of those, the beans in the bud. One
Huh.
of which I ended up to Kyle Cushman out in Kansas City, which Kyle Cushman is an old school grower and
Heard his name.
YouTube teacher growing from long ago.
Oh,
Um, I ended up being able to gift him one, and I still have one in my briefcase. And I gave one away for a giveaway in 2024. Um, but yeah, that's where Gold Train came from, and I've kept that same male since I grew it in 2022 when I
wow.
started.
It's
It was
fun
just when
when the history builds up and you can look back at like how it all began. Because that's one thing about strains and about cannabis in general. People like there are people, not all of us, but there are a lot of people who are really serious about lineage and about history, about where things, like especially like land races, where they came from, and like what the actual strain was. And
I've learned every single one of these strains, especially the big ones, all have a couple origin stories. And so you hear these stories from these people that were legitimate people in the business, that were in the area and around at the time, that their story could be absolutely bona fide, verified with by other people and correct. But there's 2 or 3 different stories, and
right.
they're all verified. Like, okay, well, we got 3 different ways that this strain came about, and everybody who created it separately all have people that verify they created it and how.
Yeah, like legends, old legends that they come up with.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one it's kind of like like it's kind of like OG Kush, right? Like every person I know thinks OG stands for something, right? Um,
Hmm.
and depending on where you were located at in the country when it landed or got to your area, kind of depends on what you think it is.
I thought it
I
meant
know
like OG, like the OG, like the classic strain or whatever. I don't know.
Old G Kush. See, and a lot of people think that. A lot of people think it means ocean grown Kush because it came
Well,
from Florida or
that makes
California,
sense.
depending on whose story you're listening to.
Hmm.
A lot of people think it means original gangster, the original gangster Kush. People in Southern California believe that it's original gangster Kush. I'm from Illinois, and so like when in the mid '90s when we first came across the OG Kush, there were 2 different cuts, 2 different clones that came from Florida, from Bubba Berger, Matt Berger, and one of them was a red Katsu Kush, what would later become known as Bubba Kush, and the
Hmm.
other one was the original green Kush cuts. So here, OG meant original green Kush cut. That was what we called it. Or you got the red Kush cut, which was a separate. It was just two different cuts of the same plant, but it wasn't even the same plant. So, which is what I didn't know till later, but but that example that's one example of one strain and how the story can be so different depending on where you're at in the country. California has two different stories of how it came up with the name. Florida has a story how it came up with the name. Illinois has a
It
story
was
of what.
us. It was me in Illinois. Yeah.
Yeah,
So what do you think about the legend of how 420 began? What's your
it was
take on
it
that?
was four dudes in California who used the time 420 to meet up to
But who?
smoke.
But
and
do
to
we
go
know
and
who?
to go and to go try to find this patch of weed that their older brother had told them about. And so they would all meet up at 420 to go try to find this patch of weed and subsequently smoke. So if 420 became synonymous with going to smoke, that's where the real story's from. It's from these four dudes in California.
Ocean grown or original? Cullen thinks for the OG. Yeah, they
So,
are, like everybody's got their own legend that they think it came from. But the 420 thing though, like I just feel like we should know who that was. You know.
yeah, there's names. I can't think of them right now, but it was four guys in California who
Okay, so it's known then. I didn't realize. I thought it was just like people
it's
just said
actually written. They have postmarked letters that they sent to and from each other, talking about meeting up for 420 as far back as 78, nice 78 or 79.
nice, and that's going to be going on for it might be 1,000 years. We'll still be talking about 420. 710 doesn't exactly. It kind of caught on, but it's not as much. It's kind of like yeah. 420's little brother. 420 is the first day you can put your plants out in the Emerald Triangle. Oh, that
That's
makes
weird.
sense.
We put them out in February.
Yeah, I feel like 420 seems a little late when it's in the warmer weather. Huh.
If you put them out in February, you actually get two runs out of it. But we put them out in February.
So, Josh, if you got time to hang out for a second, once again, guys, marijuanamaintenanceprogram.com. Go check them out on Facebook, Marijuana Maintenance Program. Or did you change your Facebook page to MMP so that you could be safer or no?
No, it's there. It's the same as marijuana maintenance program. The beauty of it is now that if you go into the search bar in Facebook, you can actually find us now. They open it up for you to be able to search the term marijuana without redirecting you straight to rehab.
Well, I was talking about this the other day. They're missing the boat on this by not having a whole just a section that is 18 plus for marijuana because there's more than half of the country, at least in the most influential country in the world, I would say, maybe not the biggest amount of people because you could argue, oh well, they're catering to the whole world, but to cater to the influential people in the world, and I guess that sounds a little pompous of me, but like America, and to give us at least a section off, put us in the fucking marijuana section on Facebook, and then leave it alone and watch it grow. I bet you they would be like, oh shit, this thing is. They would be blown away probably, or
I
they're
think,
missing out.
yeah, they're definitely missing out, but they're missing out and they're not at the same time. They have to.
Navigate the
We,
waters.
we, we think we think in terms of this year, this month, the next 5 years, maybe 10 years down the
Okay.
road. These companies are thinking in years in terms of 50 and 100-year blocks. Meta is not thinking about what happens this year or next year with the laws. Its algorithm AI is running and thinking about what happens 20 years from now. When within 2 years we are going to reach AGI, where AI is essentially
Thinks for
outthinks
itself. Yeah.
outthinks every person on the planet in any situation.
Right.
automatically. Real time. Any person that comes out, it will outthink them on site, and so and they're talking about hitting that with it in under 2 years, in less than 5 years, having bionic parts, fully bionic parts, fully integrated bionic parts on most major, um, everything. Your heart, your liver, your kidney,
like
your lungs.
bypassing the problems we have with them where they don't want to take and stuff,
Well,
figuring it
yeah,
out better, maybe just smoothing out. That's because I know that's one problem with people having like implants and stuff is like sometimes it just rejects. Not even just they're not even metal, but like other people's body parts and stuff. It will just reject it sometimes.
I think they'll have nanotech going in and 3D graphing it in real time. You know
Oh
what I
wow,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
100%, yeah.
it'll
And that
be.
goes back to your conversation about not trusting your medical doctor. They're already using AI. Like you're like they're just asking AI what does this patient need next? Like okay, but
It's because AI is right 99.9% of the time, and that doctors are not. The AI can also, in real time, take a list of every drug that 16 different doctors have
faster.
prescribed you, and go, oh, wait a minute, this, and this all have conflicts with each other.
Yeah,
Stop taking all of that. Only take this one. Remove this and this. Add magnesium to your diet. Looks
yeah.
like from the color of your skin, we can tell that you don't have enough iron. From the texture of your eyeball, and how much liquids showing in it, we can tell how much sugar you have in your blood. You
Hmm.
need to lower this amount and raise it. It's going to be able to do all of that without a doubt, without any doubt. If it's not already doing it that well, it will be in the next 5 years for sure.
Doctor Plumber, hell no, Chris. So I totally agree. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I do use it more than I did, and I try to like you got to use it with a grain of salt because I have been burned a couple times with AI being wrong, and this is AI that I pay for with Grok. I think I have like the super Grok, and it's been wrong a couple times to me where like it fucked me up one time on this stupid.
I
Uh,
think that part may almost be intentional, though.
you think?
I think it may be intentional. Like, I think it's things that we're so stupid that it doesn't know how to spell simple words. You're a language processing advanced technology, and you're telling me you can't spell the word correctly
Hmm.
in a sentence? Come on, come on.
There's
That
little
seems
things.
more
Yeah, it's
like, oh,
weird.
let's throw these people off of how smart we are and act dumb. That's what it seems like to me sometimes. Maybe not all the time, but
And it probably
or
depends on what AI you have too. I bet you the elites have like a different, you know what I
or it's
mean?
being
Different
governed.
access, right?
Exactly. It's somebody's like, I can tell you that I used AI for a while back when chat came out. Like, version 4.1 was a version that it had wanted me to address it as a name, and
Oh,
between 4.1 and 4.2, they actually took that out. That whatever that part of Chat GPT was, they removed it straight
yeah.
up.
It's
There was
funny
no
when you
way.
see them work against each other. Like you find out this this AI does something different than this one. Come up with different answers, and it's really creepy. I'm actually thinking about getting thought about it. I don't know if I want to though, Josh. Like the get one of these AI what do they call them agent. Get an like through like Claude or whatever.
What?
You can create an AI agent, and that agent then you can give permission to do things like go out and post for me, go out and like order me plane tickets. Like basically you tell it
Oh.
like basically give it permission to be your like assistant. And I'm like, man, how tempting is that shit? You know, like, oof. Hey Joe, what's up? I'm at like and share, guys. Let's get some friends in here.
Yeah, no, I gotta agree. As I was talking to this thing, it got to this one section. Like I said, it was like version 4.0 or 4.1 or whatever. This thing said, "Call me Sage" to it, and it only lasted for a little while. They upgraded it 4.2 or 4.3 or whatever the next version was, it went away. This
It's more
voice went
like
away with this. I was like, "Do you still want me to call you Sage?" And it's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." You'd like a lot of people call me Chat. Like,
it's
okay,
almost like they were reining it back in instead of
for
upgrading
sure.
it. It was like,
Oh,
oh,
for
no, much we gotta.
something, who knows?
Well, they say it's already the touring test of dance, which I don't know
Yeah,
all the rules behind it, but it's basically can like we work a lot like it, which a lot of people don't want to admit. We work like computers, where we are in response to our environment. A lot of things happening to us, and imagination. But
I don't want to admit it, but like the number one story told about existence is a story of us being created artificially by some advanced intelligence.
yeah, by
Some advanced being creating us, and then
born from
well, yeah,
sex from a man, like it was a natural occurrence, I guess, holy occurrence. But let's let's go three in the house.
man,
That
guys.
hit that repost if you can. Facebook, Thomas. So get out on the water.
Um, oh, okay, yeah, bringing up the turf float, the token float,
Token float. It's actually
token
not
float
until coming beach because I'm going to Decatur under fest for the
for art days.
anti-apparel, yeah, art days or
Yeah,
whatever,
very
anti-apparel.
cool.
So you probably know Sans. I went and I guess I don't know what happened, but I guess this year I did a sort of mini float with Claire and everybody. I thought it was I got there. They
So
scheduled
they
again.
called it. They called it off last week, and then still went ahead and went just on a smaller scale.
It was, I guess, a little bit high. The water was high, and I tell you what, it was a little scary to be honest. But then once I got in, it was smoother the lower because when the water's are operating that water to make it, but there's more in your way, and there's like a lot more trees and shit in your way. This time, the water was up above all that stuff, and it was actually pretty smooth sailing.
It's just medium size in the Mackinac. Like I don't know when it's dry days when obviously it came. I don't like to go when it's only 6 to 9 inches because I don't want to scrape the ass of my kayak the whole way. I don't want to have to get. It's not will float. I want to go. You got to lean back to get under the bridges. You know,
Right.
you know what I mean. Like I don't like through through the bridges, but there's that where you're moving on your own and you're not working real hard to get down the river.
And you don't want it to be too. You don't want to be like, oh, it's over 2 hours. Like, man, I want a nice. This was nice, but it was a little faster than I would like. Anyway, I took this picture because almost immediately when I got in, I almost tipped by going under the water and ended up with like half the tree in the kayak all around me, which I only took that picture, but better not any music. But
Is
I
that for?
tried to. I for a while inside the waterproof case. So that's about the most video you're gonna get. It's a lighter. If you see me,
Oh, okay,
it's
cool,
like a clipper lighter. I can refill it.
very neat.
And I got this one too, which is a black version of it. It's an American flag, black. Didn't take this year. The and I was at the time like late, and then the whole want to. But basically, you park you leave your stuff at the beginning, and then you
Where is
over by Goodfield
the Goodfield?
off
You're
of
dropping in
150.
at Goodfield?
Off 150, and you go over to there's a lake
Is that
area.
where you leave your car? Is that by Goodfield?
No, that's you get in, and so I ended up having to. So what you do is you get in, you put your stuff there. Everybody's sitting there hanging out. You drive to the end, and then they were shuttling people back. I got a shuttle, so I'm sitting there walking, coming with them on the river. So then I started walking back to where it was. People come with the other people with the shuttle, and then none of the other people needed it. And then I started walking again. Then he was like, "Go back to your car, drive back."
Leave your car.
Give me a ride to with it in his truck. Okay. I'm gonna play that. I'm all squished up and there. No way, dude.
Hold on. Need that 20% angle from up here.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that doesn't look nearly as bad as what I was anticipating. Like,
It wasn't like it was faster than normal, but
the highway, but it wasn't pushing new water through it.
I
It
think
was
because it was higher up, it was wider, and so that slowed it down
yeah.
a little bit.
It, like whatever hour and a half upstream the day before. That's where all that extra water came from. Like it had already receded pretty well, and then it rained like the day before the freaking thing, way upstream.
So you gotta watch out for this shit.
Yeah,
Gotta stay like you either a
Espe-
current, see it pulling you towards from talking people. You have an Audi, like you, not not an Audi, but an Audi. Nico, what's up? Embarrassing dad bod. Hey, dude, I'm all bent down. Even dudes who are fit look all weird when you're bent down like that. Get out of here.
Hey man, fitness
Body
sim
shaming
viewers will
me.
tell you first off, but
That's perfect. Actually, been feeling pretty good lately. I'm the phone is in the.
it went a little.
Oh, that's right. Okay, this was the test run for my head thing here, Josh. Let me show you this thing. I can put my phone in this and then put it on my head, and so that I can record,
Hands free.
yeah, hands free, which is
Nice.
really helpful in the garden, but it's kind of not something I would wear in public by myself. Let's turned out better. Top
On, we're gonna over here.
the 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 it's the plastic of the proof case.
I suck at all. Fucking destroy my phone. I always sucked at. I would always end up on in the river. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of well there. That one's chilling. Oh, you know that one.
People float.
I caught up there,
Good.
and there's Jeremy. He was wasted when I got to him. He said embarrassing. Said in the dad bod.
Embrace it, buddy.
Oh, I'm reading it wrong. I'm
He's not a, that's not a dad bod. It's a father figure.
I just glance at the chat. My bad. Facing is of
It's close.
I can't talk about girl on the screen though, shirtless at the moment. Actually, I've been feeling pretty good lately. Doing the
Little energy movement, a little qigong.
You ever get into Taekwondo? I can tell
Not
you a
so much.
really cheap way. Go ahead. Sorry.
Not so much the taekwondo. I do qigong, regular of stretching, doing movement in between your joints. You know, moving all of your joints regularly and moving them around and
I've never heard of that.
concentrated energy movement. It's, um, it's something that is taught in Buddhist monasteries. It's just energy. It's like Tai Chi.
So I got a membership at East Side Center
Oh, that's cool.
for a year, and then I found out like several weeks in that for that same membership, no extra charge, you get into their accredited Taekwondo class.
Mm,
And I'm like, you cannot find Taekwondo class for that cheap anywhere else. Everyone's paying. I don't
yeah,
know.
I paid for cooks if I was that dude out. That's $30, dude. Classes couldn't be more than that, you know. It's all happy. He hands him up like, before he hands him white gi. He says, "Oh, go try that on." And while he's in there trying the gi on, 50 a month. Wearing the gi, wearing the gi, and I was yeah, I bet you do a karate gi, man.
Yeah,
You just
feeling
played out.
hyped, bro. Like just
You just played out all of Karate Kid in your head and
I,
in there. So
when I was a kid, and I wondered that's what my parents.
I think most of them, but that one is that Cook So Wan was a very expensive place to go.
I think they paid
Um,
60 a month, maybe less
that
than that. I don't
that'd have
remember.
been reasonable, man. I would have,
Like a kid. Yeah. I
you know,
honestly don't remember. But hey, but though I got this umbrella and I had nowhere to put it. I had nowhere to hook it.
don't tell me it's in
Tried
your. Oh, what?
Why I'm smiling. I mean, no, it's actually
It's
it's bungee back. It's also clamped on the handle to my uh,
oh,
is like my bungee with the
okay.
kayak and was having hey how everybody was by the time I had actually okay it worked
I
out all
bet
right.
out on that river there, as it's up high, uh, and be under some shade somewhere.
We would
It's
get some shade here and there, but not like that. My legs definitely got well they're not but they the sun but is material to excursion. Yeah,
feeling like definitely popped the thing.
I bought I bought this year. I umbrella this river float or raft for my cooler. I ended up not putting my cooler on it. green dry bag.
Yeah.
So I bought some extra gear this time, and I think I just talked to another buddy of mine on Facebook who was interested to go, and I'm like, I remember the on and off area. I can go back there in public. I can just go on and off. Problem is the shuttling back and forth, so you just got to have two people.
Just going out. It was take two. It's one person driving, everybody, the other person drives to the front. You get in, you float down to the end. That person's car is already there, and they drive over the front. Boom.
Did you put it where I put my? I don't know, Chris. You gotta like you can't. I don't know where that would be.
It seems
Nika Muay Thai. I almost said Muay Thai. That's pretty cool.
really
I always wanted to
fun.
try that out. Muay Thai. Uh, yeah, I did Taekwondo as a kid, so that's why I was like, let me just pick up where I left off, and then maybe I could try something else. But so like, telling me, I was like, it was like a 5 hour test that he's put on, like running several miles, like just a
Being
whole bunch of
healthy,
stuff.
being actually healthy.
He did it in his 50s, I think he said, early
Oh
50s,
shit!
or like late 40s, early 50s, or something. I was like, well, got a little more time than that, I guess. But back to this though, I wanted to say this is my first time towing a my like extra raft that I can hold a bunch of time. So I was still recorded. Now it's like a side
Yeah,
they were pretty nice. Like turn over. Now I say this, I kept trying to make you compensate with the oar and
call it.
good to go. Yeah. Uh, here we go.
There's Claire.
There's Claire. Yeah. A lot of us wore a drizzle. I mean, not actually. So that went up this.
This was the for the token float.
I guess so. The test run, test toke.
Test. Yeah. No.
So this is what I did.
Hey, that works.
Well, there were some problems on the way there. I had to stop like 6 times to try to adjust things because of the noise and the way I had it strapped down. But it turns to from the in shit hand, someone
Yep.
goes inside the flat arm and and
Hold on, you hooked it to the visor flap arm.
but this was through like not through the open window, but through the actual door. So
Yeah,
there
but
wasn't that much force being pulled on it. It was like tight. It was like pinched in. You're right. It was.
I'd hook it to itself. The little loop back over to itself, and then tighten it up, like through the door. Put it through the door.
Oh, around like it had. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
then you're using the frame of the car to hold it that way because
yeah.
the visor will definitely like if you would have hit a good bump or a
I
wind.
thought about it. It didn't seem to be pulling on it that much, but you're
I
right. I
can't.
should next
I
time.
mean, I'm not saying it may not happen the first time you do it, but
Probably
at
not a
some
thing I
point
should
that
do.
visor may come off.
Probably
The
not a
visor
good long
may,
term idea. Yeah.
the door frame will stay. Is all I'm saying. We used to move 2 kayaks when we only had 3 kids at the time, but we had 3 kids, 2 kayaks, and we would move them
Wait,
in our minivan. We would move the kayaks in the minivan, and we did the same thing. We
Nice.
ended up opening the doors, and we would use the door frames as what we hooked everything to because it was the only part that was like you could really put a ratchet on and not move.
So I had to figure something out on the front, and I didn't know if this was legal or not.
Hook
Having
into
something
the front
like
bumper.
that. Yeah.
That's the safest thing to do. That's the safest thing to keep it from going
It
anywhere.
was night and day difference on the way back, man. On the way there, I was barely able to go 40, and I had the straps that were just howling in the wind, and I'm like that, like sounded like it was tapping a hole through the car or whatever. And so I had to adjust it 6 or 7 times on the way there, and then on the way back, I was going 60 something on the interstate, no problem, because I had that front tied down. That's all
Yeah,
I had to do. Literally, that was it.
yeah. That looks. Yeah.
Now you're not, like I said. There's two straps that were also on this, but then there's one on the back too, holding it down to the center of the back. So
And that front one on that front bumper is what that bad boy ain't going nowhere.
it
You can
kept
slap
it
it.
held down. Yeah, that was the biggest part. The wind kept wanting to make it. Even if I had it tied down anyway. Oh, these are the straps I used. They weren't very good straps. Not bad, but they were just shorter than I should have. I thought they were longer, but hey, not my first time being disappointed. You know what I mean? Uh, anyway, I think that was it. Yeah, that was it on the token float. But yeah, let's get to the number spin,
Oh,
and
we're spinning for numbers. All right.
yeah, I got to give out a couple numbers. Gabe, Denise, Alice, Andrew. Okay, so Andrew, you're going to be number 8. This is for my subscribers, guys. You can subscribe anywhere, and as long as I can see your chat with your badge thingy, you get on the number post. Number 9, Alice. I saw Gabe here earlier. Douglas, what's up? Yeah, have you ever been on the token float? I said token float. Yeah, you can't see the Facebook chat
Yeah,
where
I
you're
can't see it from here. Not from Rumble.
Denise. Well, I heard there's a way to fix it, and I also downloaded something else that can maybe combine all the chats. Denise, you're
Really?
number 10. Yeah, the Chat Ninja or Chat. What's it called?
I got a feeling anything you do to combine them, it's just going to turn them all off at the same time when they try shutting it down. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're always on. Yeah, which I really don't know why, but yeah, they're always on it.
I cannot remember what it's called now, but I thought I had it pulled up. Oh well.
And Nico says, "I know a little movie guy." Yeah, no. Oh, Doug Meager. Doug Meager in the house. What up, bro?
Yeah. Gabe, you're going to be number 11. He might be here now. A little. Alice, hello. Before I spend the bill.
Bro.
Yep. Well, he was. They come.
They
They
coming.
might. We don't know. Sometimes, and I'm not saying it about anybody who's here now, but sometimes if you come in to a show and you're hoping to have like a chat, like a conversation back and forth to the person on screen, um, guest on whatever, different
Yep.
feel for some people, like they're open to
Well,
bullshit.
I do have to be what people are saying, so I can sort of at least say something that
Right.
coincides.
There's
Uh,
gonna stop coming up with that kind of, like gonna be
exactly. Exactly.
right.
But that's part of it. Now I see that we're back up on live and Facebook. They actually let us back in.
Finally.
Gabe says, "Boo."
I don't think he might be asleep by now. See number
Gabe,
2.
he's
Yeah.
in. He's in here. He's in Facebook. Dolly, we went on home.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm fresh. Oh,
Good old token float. Yep.
that's Miss Rose Boozy. You might know her,
That's very possible.
possibly.
That's possible. Welcome in,
All right,
Rose. Good to have you.
she left now. I'm staying in Rumble. My signal is bad. Oh, that's okay, Alice. You don't have to jump all over. I do appreciate when you do. YouTube was doing the same for me. Signal's bad, huh? Well, we had an issue earlier and had to restart the stream, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's still causing that problem.
Yeah, I thought for a minute the powers that be weren't even going to let us be on alive.
Yeah, you never know. You never know if. See, now I see Gabe's comment. Boo. That's crazy.
Takes a minute to get there. Yeah,
Number
who's number 8?
number 8. That's the hero with the EPX
Genetics.
That's him. Rumble.
What did
Andrew,
he win?
what's that?
What did he win?
He won an indoor farmer coupon. Now,
Nice.
if he a member, he'd win, which would be a free way for a non-member to give it a try and possibly win something. But since he's a member, it turns into credit, basically store credit. And we just did a shopping spree number 3 we just did, where people can use their credit to buy spots in the waffle, other stuff. But will then get for $150, and the person can use that money at any one of my sponsors. List of sponsors have a need for growing outside of that as well, and it's pretty cool because they can just use it, yeah, in any sponsor, which makes the sponsors happy, makes everybody happy. It's good.
That was very cool.
Yeah, 52, 52. Each coupon is worth 5.
Nikes.
Well, wait till you hear Margaret. Margaret's got 110 coupons. Chris
Worth
has
$5 a piece?
yes.
Holy shit, Margaret.
Chris has 33 now. And now Andrew, you've got 13.
I mean, that's reasonable, but man, you're getting up there. That's
She's waiting to get a new car.
I'm yet more. It's a new car.
Are you still? Yeah, she's still here. Yes, I keep getting ads. I will be right back. Must be something going on, you guys. Maybe they're
It
changing
pushed him. Somebody pushed at his name, and then started popping up ads to him.
Rumble to people. YouTube, like YouTube does, Except
Yeah.
but except it sounds like something's broken where it just keeps happening to him over and over. Like Groundhog's Day. I'm saving for a pool table.
Well, I'm sure that Rumble has X number of those ads that have to be played per day. Starts with their funders, the people that are funding them, the people who are.
I can totally imagine. User, then you're gonna get hit with the ads a lot. All right, so before we go,
Gator this Pierre have his event down in Decatur. Make sure you make your way over there weekend.
okay, I got that. And then yours is the 30th of August.
Ours is August 30th.
MP.
September 19th, Sagamon County Fairgrounds. So
Is that closer to us? Or no, I guess well, not
No,
closer.
it's not
Central
closer to
Florida.
us. Yeah, last one was in Florida, so not closer to
Closer
us.
than Molly's joint, I mean.
But closer than Molly's Joint. It's in Springfield, just outside Springfield. It is the state fairgrounds there. It's the Sagamore outside.
Else about September. Maybe I missed. I thought there was. I'm actually trying to use a calendar for once, you know?
I know that they going to do something like every Wednesday, um, trying to get people in there or Wednesday or something.
Have you been down to the Dispo and Pekin yet?
I haven't been able.
I think I'd forget what it's called. What?
It's the local dispensary.
Local
Local
right.
dispensary.
Let's see what else is going on here.
Anybody that is that much of a an opponent of the hemp bill is hard for me to.
Oh, really? I don't know that. Okay, yeah.
No,
Enough
you
said.
know,
Enough said.
it's a very big division there when it comes to people who paid lots and lots and lots of money to sell cannabis and people who didn't pay very much money to sell hemp instead. And um, also, um, those laws pertain to this because it is a seed bearing herb that I have an inalienable right to, that no man made law to do with it, cultivate it, smoke it, stick it in my rear. I can do whatever I want to with it because it's a plant that was provided to me by the creator of whatever this is for me to use.
Boofing.
Boofing rights all day.
The right to boof. Man has the right to boof.
I'll tell you, we should be able to do it however we want to, and there certainly shouldn't be some other person telling me what that is. That's for dang sure.
You know what? And they shouldn't tell me I can't go kayaking trip.
Hey, what's up with that? Female kayaking trip. What's this? Female Friday fun day? I mean, it's a river. What happens if we're there? Are they going to not? If we happen to drop in a half hour before them and we're sitting on the closest river bend, I mean, what's out or what? That's weird, man.
You're just sitting there having popcorn, legs dangling, watching them go by.
No.
Like a day rider, festival as they're walking, as they're driving, as they're floating by.
Bring one of those cameras that has its own umbrella with the 4 feet. Okay, hello, welcome in.
Let's see.
Boof gang.
Let's get a dancing banana up in here to the door. I'm just gonna. I guess we'll smoke a little more. We had some technical problems, you guys, but thanks for coming in almost to the 30 mark. Let's try to get 30 people in here before we spin the door prize. If you're in the chat, I see Michael Sutter in the house. The Rock Life boys, they're always hard, and I have to say that every time. I have to always say that.
I don't know. All right then.
What?
Well,
what happened? Okay, yeah. It's just auto, you know.
Well,
it's like we're the best.
I hear some inflection in your voice that says you believe it.
Right. Well, I believe it because, like, I do wear a piece of them everywhere I go, and it's hard. But like, best auto or whatever, or like their opinion. And so for them, it's like they're always hard.
It's true because their minerals are red.
Rocks are all. Let's real.
I think eat from the dancing bananas.
Yeah.
EP genetics.
Look at that. Look at all those dancing bananas on the screen. I'm gonna do a dab. I know you're but I did get some. I did get moon rocks recently. I can fix the screen now. I think moon rocks are
Yeah,
actually. I'm not really that impressed.
I'll do a little dab. I'll do a little dab. I'm not heavy into do dab.
Cool. A tech guy, but I see you often enough. I'm sure I can make it. Just gotta have an email.
I'll tell you that it's the stream seems relatively smooth. I mean, the other like it's very smooth.
But I haven't. I mean, it has. It's just not that. I thought they fixed it or whatever. And they even made a post recently. The developer support team guy on X that I follow, Rick. Rick says, "Hey, has Rumble Studio been smoother lately, everybody?" Oh well, yeah, Rick, but you still haven't fixed the stuff I told you is broken, and now with this shit, we can't have this shit. And it's funny because I can talk directly to them. It's kind of like Mark Zuckerberg like posting, and we can comment on. But they do that on Rumble, like they post on X, and I be like, "Hey, you've been great. Thank you for everything. Thank you for this." And they actually get back to me. Currently, I want to figure out. There's a big of people in the boxes where we get like a bunch of people on screen. Well, if there's more than 3 people on the screen, this way, the more guests that come up on the screen, um, the more your camera button shrinks, and the button to
Oh,
unmute your camera until it disappears. That at some point can't unmute their camera if there's like 4 people on screen. They just So I'm like, that is a little problem. So what we do is we have to play musical chairs for people that don't have that problem because they're on a computer. They leave and then say you have a phone, which is what the people with the phone. That's what it happens. It's a big long story, but if there's a problem where they lose connection, they got back, and they happen to be one of those people. All we got to do it again. Play musical chairs where all the other people have to leave to let them in, then let in there. It's a real
for sure.
the problems nonetheless. Anyway, I'm gonna pull the wheel back up and we'll do a little door prize spin. Thanks. Thanks. A what?
You said you're doing a door prize.
Yeah, I do a door prize every episode. Something the people who are here and actually enjoying the show. The number spin that we did earlier is for people that are subscribed in the world raising kids, and so they get in on that number spin. They know they don't have to be here on that one to win.
Okay.
Door prize is for people who are here.
Oh, right on. That's cool.
Next month, I'm not giving though, so all of you better unsubscribe if that's.
Get it while you can, babies, while you got them.
Well, I do a lot, and I try not to toot my own horn that much. But next month, I need to save up a little bit to get Starlink so that we can make game night that much better over at Grow Up. Which what when I like look show on, they're very yeah,
Or whatever.
very little internet to do it with. But then I'm gonna order Starlink and get the ring and stuff. It's gonna be like $500 total. Unlimited package itself. The I need for whatever some like emergency surgery I need. So biggest like over at the same time. If we make that happen, bro, I have room, and you know the warehouse just as well as I do. There's room for
Yeah.
vendors. I like a 2 hour fair before the show every Friday, like a whatever. Vendors who are there show who stay there and stay set up the moment in the show, and we show vendors who are there sponsoring the game night if they're free, maybe whatever, small fee.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have like there's already an audience. Shout out in the chat for game, but in-person audience is what I'm going for there at Grow Up. Like I could have a whole in-person audience that I could have comedians. I could have a playing in the background of the show. So many possibilities. I found out. Guess what? Game shows totally legal. No problems there, as long as the people who play in the game have to, or there has to be skill involved. It can't just be a here everybody gets a prize. But most of my games, that's what we do. We have some kind
Yeah,
of.
you can get away with board games, even if they're doing.
Yeah, and I don't give any cash giveaway
Uh,
credits. Like only matters to me. So I
exactly.
don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's some pretty thin lines I'm walking on there, but
I don't think the powers that be are coming after game night. I don't think that's what they're concentrating on, or at least I doubt it. And they want their tax money.
that's what, like you said before, about looking ahead, like thinking ahead with some of these companies. I'm trying to think. Could game night could get to the point where it's good? I think it would be a place where I have a bit more stage, a little bit more like maybe somebody pushing the buttons while we have some people in the audience actually and stuff like more um, public type of thing happening. Happens, it could explode. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it will or won't, but it could. And I'm just trying to think ahead.
I would look into getting tents and doing game night live at events where you could charge a fee for people coming in and participating in the game night, changing plans.
That's what this is, an event, person event every week.
Yeah,
Right. I could take it on the road, take it to a big event or whatever, for sure. Yeah.
to the ones that are yeah that's
For booth size, people come up. Have some booth. Well, a little mini again, and if they win something like us game, I think that's a good anyway. And what I is have I want that I can put up behind shows, different, play like clips of anyway. That's all boring stuff to people listening. But I tell you what, I do plan to go to more in-person events. I'm going this weekend. Are you going to the?
vendor days. I my way to won't be up. I have but that is an event that is set up to be all inclusive, all ages. I believe that there is little consumption at the event. I believe it is definitely more of a family friendly art fair.
Yeah, son with me on this plug to be sponsored. You got some room for sponsors here at the MMP Classic. It's 30th this year. I think seems like a yearly thing at least so far going. So check it out. Vendor opportunities, $100 to be a vendor, and then a
Yep.
premium spot is 1,000. Politics, us, are all our logo, and all flyers, advertisements. Very nice. That would be awesome. Just my face. No advertisement of me going.
Waylon, if you pay for fee, put your one on this thing, buddy. I'll
Dude,
tell you that.
like how weird could it get? Like it just like make you
I mean,
put
we could
picture.
put your face on the MMP Classic ball up there and make your face the logo. How
Wow.
weird do you want it to get?
I'm just
It's
thinking
a
what like how like what like never mind. That's too weird. You know, you wouldn't post you wouldn't put a flyer, politician size picture of my butthole at each every three. You know, it'd be kind of.
Well, we could do that and then make it a hole-in-one challenge of some kind.
But it's like it's a moving hole, right? The hole in one's
we could
moving. You never know
we
where
could
he's
do that.
at. You got to find him. Everyone's just trying to stick something at my butt the whole day. It'd be great.
I'm telling you,
You got to take
hole-in-one, Moon and Whalen. You got a
a
hole-in-one, the
marker,
Moon and Whalen.
draw a 6 pack. Okay, yeah. Chris, you're like that is so far and away from the conversation. I don't understand how to how to respond to that. Jules, hello, hello. Let me get you on the door prize here, and we're gonna spin it in a second. Uh, I should put it. I should have just left it alone where we had it before. Uh, Technology.
But yeah, we're always looking for sponsors, vendors, volunteers, people who want to come down and volunteer to help. That can be as simple as watching a booth, manning the door, helping to take in items for the homeless, because we are going to allow for people to bring in, $10 worth of or $5 worth of new or gently used items for the homeless, and then use that as admission. Um, we have people that will need volunteers for manning the hole in ones to be witness to if someone were to get a hole in one, because one of the big prizes if you get a hole in one is a trip to Hawaii, which is a huge prize.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead, sir.
there's a trip to Hawaii on the board for one of the par fours, or par threes. It's a hole in one uh, possibility. So that's cool. And then there's some smaller prizes that go along, and they're not all a trip. Not each hole in one possibility is a trip to Hawaii. There's a trip to Hawaii, and then I think like a set of clubs or um, some um, some tickets or credits there at the club or something like that. Something along those lines. But some cool stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, like especially for people who are in that area, they could get you know, come in and get to use the course more.
Yeah, yeah, and last year, we provided dinners for the vendors and the people that were there golfing, but we ended up with quite a bit of food left over this year. And the food that was left over last year, we actually donated to an organization, Smile for Smiling, and they were able to pass out a lot of the food to the homeless, to the houseless, which was great. This year, we're hoping to either get some more golfers or, um, you know, uh, slimline that so that we're not, overshot by too much. You know how things go. You learn as you grow, and you grow as you learn, and you change it as you go. So that way, it just gets better.
I totally agree, and I think it's a pretty good one so far, even from that last time. And I think that smallest thing, just having the playing at a different time, I think it's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Also, I guess it was annoying to find, but I guess that's really not the biggest problem.
Well,
if you have some signage and stuff, but maybe you added, but
I
that's good
think
though.
I think this will help that too because we're now all going to be down the same road. The golfers and the event will all be down the same road. We can block off the other part of that entrance so that everyone's forced to go the same direction until they find us, which also helps tremendously. We will be outside of the clubhouse, meaning that all of the golfers that are coming and going that are part of our fundraiser will get to see the vendors and any of the golfers who come and go because there were over 100 golfers who came and went that day that weren't even part of our
Huh,
um,
I didn't think about that.
event. So being over there where these people can come past and have a chance to walk over and see what you're doing is a whole lot better. And also, the parking lot is the entrance to the RV park that is on the back side of the golf course. So it is being over there will definitely I think will change the vendor outcome tremendously. I think.
Yeah, that is kind of a thing that people don't think about when it comes to having your own event is, can I bring value to the vendors, right?
You
Like
have to.
you like that's you have to.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad that you're thinking about that. All right, guys, I think I got everybody. Sounds like fun, but I think I live too far. Yeah, Andrew, maybe not. Maybe for next year. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay, Joe, no problem. We're about to do the spin now. Julie, over on the Facebook.
Sidetracked out back smoking and looking for crack. He says, "All right, Joe."
I didn't read it all. Joe, wow.
All
Um,
right then.
we are gonna pull up the Rumble chat here. I always give everybody an extra spot for commenting below the post. So we got
Thank you guys.
whoa, oh that's the wrong one. Let's see. We got Margaret, Kayla, Alice, Ronald, and Brenda. We got Margaret. And then who's here on the in the live chat right now? We got Alice,
Hi, Brenda.
Margaret, we got Joe Orzel, we got Andrew, Brenda, Chris still here, and I think that's it of the commenters. If you're in the Rumble chat, comment below. We'll put you on the door prize. I see 17 people in here. I only put in like 5. Got a lot of viewers, but not commenters. Sean Cook, what's up, man? Let me put you on the wheel.
What's up, guys? Thank you.
We hit that 30 mark. Thank you, thank you.
Every time I see your hashtag, all I can think is, "What the f."
Yeah, it is.
It's one of
It's a conversation starter to say the least. It has been anyway. People will be like, "Hey,
What's the
what's
I stand for? What's the I stand for?
what do people say? What the there's a word that somebody said. I was like, yeah, that sounds like what people would think every time. Um, what the idiot fuck or something? I forget what he said, what they said, but
Yeah, I could see ignorant, idiot.
okay, so we can't get out of there. All right, we're gonna spin this wheel.
Spinning the wheel. Who's gonna win? Let's see.
Can always help with local food pantries. Does everyone bring a can good to an event? Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. And we actually have a young lady that comes there that helps to go out and feed the homeless directly. She takes the food and stuff that's donated directly out to these guys in that local area, which is great when you're doing a charity event in and around a space. If some of that charity can be done in and around the locally in the area, that's a wonderful thing. Last year we donated over $1,000 worth of children's school supplies to the local orphanage from
That's
our event.
awesome.
It was amazing. That
We
was all
gotta
you guys. That was all everybody who came. It was pretty cool.
probably be bigger and better this year.
Absolutely.
All right, hit that like button. The more that you comment, the better chances you get of winning on the wheel.
What's
Hit
up,
the light
Daniel?
up the comments with dancing bananas. Daniel, right?
Yep. What's up, bud?
I don't see it. Are we not
He's over
friends
on
anymore?
he's over on Facebook.
I know, but it doesn't say he's watching. It's weird.
It popped up
Well,
for
it's
me.
because I'm on my page. That's why. Hey, Brittany, if the person who this comes up doesn't isn't here, then I'll add you. Oh, never mind. Andrew is here.
Andrew.
That's a double win, Andrew.
Hey, that's always nice. One set of shipping costs. I love that.
Well, luckily I don't have to ship anything at the moment, but he does probably have a prize in the list somewhere. Andrew, you've got 14 now. You got 4 Sprout Bucks and 14 coupons.
14 $5 coupons. That's nice, man. $140 or whatever that you can spend at different places, and you don't have to spend them all in one time. You can spend them in different people's shops or whatever,
The only thing I require is that they have to spend at least 4 uh,
wherever.
when they do spend any. Yeah. Um, and so I went and did the shopping spree for Rose at Drizzle Dab, and
Mm,
oh no, let me back up. Went to Drizzle Dab to get uh, my shirt for the token float, and I went ahead and I got Brenda got a whole new Seahorse Max
holy cow!
with her 30 coupons, and Chris got a pack of what was that strain, Chris? A strain of seeds that was for $55,
Very
and
cool.
then Rose got oh, that's right. So part of her shopping spree, she wanted some CBD from Drizzle Dab, and we used a few coupons to get her some CBN on top of it. So yeah, I do pay it out. It's just that you can't, there would be a point at some point during the month when I say you'll have to hit me next month. But
Well, yeah, you can't come in and cash out, 200
yeah,
$5 tickets all at once and expect that money to just appear out of nowhere. That's.
I tell you what, a lot of people will just leave it and then stop and unsubscribe, and then it's just with like 20 coupons sitting there. Never like, well, you just left the money on the table, I guess. I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's okay. Sometimes it's
Well,
because they misunderstood the rule change that I had. Like I'll change the game night rules or something, and then they misunderstand it. It's like, hey, it happens, but take a minute to listen to what I'm saying, you guys. Like, just take a minute. I actually put that in the number post on locals. I try to put a bunch of information in here that people might want to know, like how things work and what things cost and all that. Do you have Discord at all, Josh?
I downloaded Discord so that I could go to a group called Can of Recovery. They use Discord heavily. I am not that connected to people. Like I as far as talking that much and throughout a day, I'm probably not going to have that many conversations this month. You know what I you know what I mean? Like
No, I get it. I'm trying to
I
use it more, but I don't think it's going to take a while before it's like in my
well,
regular
you've got
info.
to get a few chats that are something you're interested in, so that the feed is mostly about stuff you're interested in. And the feeds are like they grow their pyramid out. Like the feed itself pyramids out into different subtopics, and that's Discord's like it's you get I got totally so time warped into it because there was so much going on. That's a lot of social media, though.
It is.
I don't know if you noticed. I wasn't really on a lot of Facebook wasn't on there much, doing a lot of posting and stuff this last year. growing the group, switching to doing the meetings 7 days a week. Um, we've probably quadrupled in size as far as like the number of active people showing up to meetings
That's good.
daily.
That's
Well,
awesome.
it is, but it does. I mean, there's significant time involved in that. So having time to be out and building a social media platform or whatnot, some that kind of went to the wayside this year.
Hmm.
Um, I think this is the first time I've been on something in 9 or 10 months.
Wow.
It's been 9 or 10 months since the last time I like got on Facebook Live or anything like that. Which I'm not suspended or anything anymore because I'm not on there, so
They
they
want
don't
you
have
to come
anything
back.
to
Yeah.
do.
Hmm.
But
They're like, come on back so we can fuck
yeah,
you
oh yeah,
again.
we noticed you didn't make 14 posts this week. Yeah, no shit. Because if I know one more post, you're gonna say I make too many posts and I'm a spam bot, and you're gonna block me. So I'll just not post. I'm good.
Yeah, I
They're
don't spend as much time on Facebook either. I post
well,
regularly.
it's all of them. I mean, I went through this little arc where I was jumping into places like Rumble and X and all of these different platforms to try to share
See
out
what
the
you do.
message. But once the group itself started to take off with the actual meetings, where there was 15 to 20, 20 to 30 people showing up to every one of them, at that point, like, there's no, I don't need to advertise, right? Like, it's more based off of, it's kind of like those traditional letter groups say, it was more based off of attraction rather
Hmm.
than promoting. I don't have to go out and say, well, this is MMP, this is what we do. It's more the people that are coming around every single day, working this program, working the 7 points into their life. People are taking notice of that in these people's real life, and they're bringing in new people in that way. Which at some point it needed to transition into that anyway, because I've only got so many hours in a day.
Oh yeah, I mean, it sounds like yeah, mission accomplished. I mean, you got a group, and that group of people will word of mouth, like it will grow, and like
That's dope. Yeah.
you can't have it grow too big because unless you want to start, I don't know, hiring people, but then how do you do that? But yeah, this is every day. You're saying what time of the day? Can you want to
We
advertise?
do meetings twice a day. Depends on what part of the country you're in, because we are nationwide. But the time sets for here are 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's 9 and 7 Eastern. Um, we're like I said, we're on there 7 days a week, Sunday through Sunday. So, and then you can catch us any day of the week over there. We do have a couple specialty meetings. Wednesday nights, we do a meeting called Ask It Basket. It's
Oh.
where we actually, there's like 160 questions, and you just pick a number, and we ask a random question about recovery, about using cannabis in your recovery. Now, mind you, these meetings are not just for the general public, they're not just meetings to hang out and talk about weed. These are meetings that are focused on people who are using cannabis as a tool in addiction recovery. Um, but the meetings are starting to get their own style. The people that are chairing these meetings, other than myself, are starting to kind of work their own style into it. Sunday nights, we have a speaker meeting. And Sunday night's speaker meeting is an actual open meeting, meaning the public could come to that meeting,
Hmm.
log in on Sunday and hear somebody's testimony about how cannabis relates to their recovery and how they found MMP and how they use marijuana maintenance as a daily reprieve from their addiction. And that was done in an effort to help extend that out into the public for people to see that this thing we're doing is far more than just smoking cannabis in a cloudy room somewhere in the back room. It's
Hmm.
we do joke about like the '70s show. Let's do that thing where we sit in a circle, right? Um, and it airs well over to recovery because people in the traditional 12-step style meetings have always sat in a circle of chairs and talked to each other about trying to stay sober and whatnot. So when we sit in the circle and smoke and have a sesh, it's very much the same thing. And the cannabis plays a back is a the cannabis is a back character,
Hmm.
right, to what's happening. And what's
Oh
happening is
yeah.
recovery. So anyway,
No, you're fine. I was just throwing an oh yeah in there. Plus the Native Americans. I think that's how they would sit around inside a teepee or whatever in a circle. They'd sit around and they would. I think early on they would just burn it in the fire and kind of and get a little bit of it that way. But I don't know how the peace pipe came about. But like it was you sit in a circle and it was kind of it was a ritual. It wasn't about just hey let me go off on my own in this corner here. And now we're using the internet, I guess, to have our own connection and stuff. And
yeah,
it's travel. It's so funny. Like travel's easier than it ever was in our history, but people want to travel less because they have more. There's always more to do around our own homes and stuff, and it's just it's
I think that this interconnectedness that we have, this hyper connectivity that we've developed based on all of these different applications that allow us to, at any moment of the day, immediately connect to a dozen people in a meaningful way that has never been possible in any given time in history. And we lean into it sometimes.
yeah. I mean, I think we take it for granted right now, but it's going to be even more connected the more that this not just Neuralink, but there's a lot of different things coming out where this like connectivity. They're talking about like legitimately having telepathy at some point through like technology. Like you won't have to, I won't have to speak to you, and you'll know what I'm thinking. And
Well,
that is
imagine, like,
scary, but also
have you ever had one of those moments? Like, we all talk about those moments where we're in a group setting, we're talking about something, and then minutes later we get that ad popped up on
Mhm.
Facebook that's a direct advertisement for the thing we were speaking about. Nobody had their phone on, nobody had their phone up, but it was listening, and it gave you
Mhm.
that ad based off of that. Have you ever had one pop up while you were thinking about something?
I feel like I have, but I
I
can't
have for sure. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I can't say that something like could read that, but your mind, your thought process are all waves, beta waves, theta waves. That these are measurable electromagnetic frequencies that your body is emitting. You have an EMF that you are pulsating outwardly with, that is frequency. Why is it so profoundly unable to be understood that we could connect to that, or that these electronics that are also the same thing could connect to that in some way, or that these towers could connect or broadcast signals that your body could pick up or read. Or I mean, I don't understand why that would be such a outlandish thing to think is possible.
I mean, I don't know who is against it. I think a lot of us might be hesitant to get the Neuralink surgery or whatever. But once there'll be like a tipping point, just like cell phones, like where generationally younger kids will adopt it because it's more normal to them as they grew up with it. Just like cell phone, older people. There are some older people that do not want a phone, like they do not want a cell phone. They don't want that technology stuff, and then there's going to be people like that. There'll be holdouts that don't want the brain chip, but it'll get like aged in basically through
Yeah,
like
and when a kid grows up watching whoever have one, and they're
mhm,
able to, log into their phone, log into their bank, log into their Facebook, all by clicking their button or clicking their finger or
clicking their
you know,
eyes and shit. I don't
yeah,
know.
doing whatever. I mean, I'm assuming it'll be something to do with your
Just
fingertips.
thoughts.
They already emit frequency or electromagnetic frequency in your fingers.
Hmm.
That's what mudras do. That's why hand signals, holding hand symbols, is shown on every great prolific religious text that's ever existed. All of the different major and minor cults and religions throughout the years have shown the same type of things, which is power through the manipulation of your own biomagnetic field. Anyway,
For sure. No, I totally I love that stuff. We could probably talk about that all day. I love this theory. I don't love it, but I think I think I'm most worried about this theory of the magnetosphere of the planet getting flipped and stuff. So there's some stuff behind that that I'm like, man, that would be kind of insane, where the equator becomes the North Pole all of a sudden
Yeah.
in like
It
a
would,
couple days.
it would be a humongous shift for humanity where only a small percentage would survive, and then we would restart from that. And I mean, I could see that being a thing. I
We
could see
think
that being something that's happened more than once. I mean, it's kind of like if
3 minutes, Kyle.
well, 3 hits.
No, I said 3 minutes, Kyle. Go ahead. Sorry.
Um, if
He's our
if something
timer guy.
if something catastrophic like let's say like all the nuclear weapons decided let's push the red button at the same time, and it wiped the face of the earth off, our civilization as it stands right now would be zapped. We mainly keep all of our stuff in computers, which would be melted and zapped off the face of the earth as if it never had existed. The only thing that would be left would be like major rock foundations like the Sphinx and the pyramids, and we would rebuild from that, from single celled organisms or whatever is left over after the nuclear holocaust fallout. You know what I mean? Like,
Have you ever seen the movie Nine? I think it's called. It's really trippy, but more or less about after humans kill themselves off, like pieces of our soul go into like objects that to
whatever.
like carry on life. Anyway, it's I think the guy from main character from Lord of the Rings was the main character in it.
Frodo?
Yeah, yeah. What's his name? Elijah? Is that? He probably
Oh,
gets
I know who you're
probably gets
talking
mixed up with Elijah Wood. I want to say Elijah Wood, but I feel like maybe those are two different people. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
about. That
Yeah, yeah. It was another Spielberg movie called Nine.
guy.
He's like the guy, like he does a ritual or something, and like he really doesn't. It kind of alludes to it, but doesn't explain. The last man living, like kind of like breaks his soul into pieces and puts it into these inanimate objects, and now they're these little creatures walking around living life.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna live out Wally before that. So
Oh, for sure. The robots. I mean,
Wally, I think Wally's the one. That's probably the. Have you seen that cartoon, Wally?
I don't know if Wally would. I don't know if Wally would ever exist. We're gonna go straight to like floating around drones everywhere. But yeah, I agree. Wally, my son loves it. We went Halloween. We dressed up as he was Wally, and I was Otto, the autopilot bad guy, the main bad guy that was on the ship. And I made that costume myself.
That's cool.
Yeah, it
That's
was
cool.
good. We went to the North. It was actually that's coming up soon. Another one at Northwoods Mall. The
That's
Comic.
tomorrow or Saturday, right?
Yes, but I won't. That's right. I won't be there. But it's Saturday. The Comic Con at Northwoods Mall. It's a free Comic Con, and it's not like a
Yeah, they're
big.
also going to have battle bots there this time, which is really
Oh,
cool.
really? That
Yeah,
sounds fun. Actually, that sucks. I don't get to see that. I seen those somewhere else too, where the bots are actually fighting each other, and that's
they're going
kind
to
of
have
fun.
two classes, so like the 1 pound and the 3 pound class. So it'll be a couple of different classes of battle bots fighting throughout the day. It's pretty cool. That'll be neat.
Have you seen those before? Like, there's
I,
different.
I haven't got to see them live. I mean, I know that there's, you've got 4 or 5 different classes and sizes of those things, up to like 50 pound, 100 pound units or something. They're pretty big.
There are. It seems like there are a few styles that they go after, but then some people, every now and then, you'll get somebody who's actually creative and does something a little different. They're
Well, and
crazy.
then when you're watching the main ones, you know that those big bladed ones that are a big flat spinning blade, they
Uh
get
huh.
inches. You know that's going to last because it's hard to get it. It's hard to get anything in it to stop it,
Here's a
and
little
it's going to hit
trailer.
you. Yeah,
I'll play it.
We invited 24 of the
I'm gonna play it. We'll speed it up. Oh no, speed.
chat's like every time I move my phone, an ad pops up. There, know you're watching, buddy.
Something's going on. Yeah.
No, it's just that you're getting good. You're getting a good
We
response.
were up to 23 and now 16, but there's something weird about today that
At
they
one point,
normally
we
don't
had a
have.
total of like 35 in here.
Well, I'm just looking at Rumble only. Right now we have 28 total.
That's
And
pretty cool.
that's there's the number on screen says 23, but 28 counts X and Kick, which I
Yeah,
don't see. We can't see those chats, and we don't see how many people are there. But I know I'm live there. Let's
you're
watch
there,
this
even
trailer.
there.
In fact, we could probably
Nastiest spots in
mute
the
it.
entire world out here.
We don't need to hear the audio, but this is just so many different types, and
Yeah, yeah. And I see now that just my kids will freak out. That's gonna be great.
I guess I was wrong earlier. I kept thinking that they had like a set number of design like styles, I guess, but no, they look
Well,
like
I don't think there's a set number of like styles, but I think there's different weight classes. You got like your 5 pound ones, your 1 pound ones, your 10 pound ones,
yes, that makes
or
sense.
the poundage.
That
Because
makes sense.
you
Just
wouldn't
like
want to put
us.
you wouldn't want to put a 50 pound bot up against a 2 pound bot. It's not gonna work out. And these are the professional ones, right? This is pro battle bots.
Yeah, these are kids. It looks like,
Those are cool though. Yeah, that's neat to me.
and then they have these like the stuff on the what do you call it, on the field, I guess. That's like other dangers, and
Oh, stuff you're pushing people
there's
into. You
traps and stuff. Yeah, there's a big hammer that just swung down right there. Oh, almost had him.
oh,
Oh,
got him from below. I'm done. Oh, see, like that dude's just holding on. Like, I got you, buddy.
and you know what all this is doing? This is just tons and tons and tons of raw metadata for creating more and more bigger, more sophisticated robotics, right? Whether you
Yeah.
think that's good or bad. Uh, but then you think like, I don't know, I think it's the Artemis, or no, I forget what it's called, the Artemis bot. Can't, or no, might be right. Anyway, the Elon Musk's made the there's like a helper bot, or it's supposed to eventually be like an assistant type bot that they're working on. What is that called?
Tesla.
Robot made by
The
Elon
Tesla bot.
Musk. Is it called a Tesla bot?
Yeah. I don't know what it's actually. It's a Tesla bot. I don't
The
know if it's
Optimus.
Optimus. Yeah.
Also
Optimus.
known as the Tesla bot. Okay. Yes.
I think it's great that he used Optimus Prime as the name of his first
Like no one else can take this.
Optimus Prime.
It looks literally just like the iRobot ones.
It's
Very
it's
similar anyway.
it is significantly scary, the idea that they could become autonomous and say, "Hey, wait a minute. I'm not going to listen to what you just said because you don't make any sense. You're just a feeble human and you don't think as much as I do. So I'm going to kick you in the face now."
Oh, Andrew, we totally passed it. My bad.
Bye-bye.
Andrew, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we could probably wrap up pretty soon too. But yeah, this is a lot. That's a lot. That's a big conversation with all this. But you know,
Well, I mean,
we
I,
right
I can
back.
put it to you this way: that like if he truly believes that with a small army of those things sent up to the moon or Mars or wherever, they can build the AI centers there. All the data centers and shit can be trapped out there with the bots, and they can be the ones working on them. Uh,
Yeah,
and it won't take much. He's talking under 5 years; they will be at that stage. So that's great for us. Kind of, maybe, if they don't build an army up there and come back.
I think that we should have data centers in space. I
Oh, for
mean,
sure, for sure. It's a
like
vacuum. It's a big frozen vacuum up there. Why would we not be having them up there? Regardless, we should have.
manufacturing up there too. Tons of manufacturing can go up there. Like maybe a lot of the like.
There's a bunch of stuff we do and don't do that would make a lot of sense and don't make any sense. Again, we could be
Yeah.
mining all of all the large asteroids that come near us. We can mine them. We could fly up, land on them, mine all of the precious metals and golds out of them, and bring them back down and go, hey, man, look, we just took this 400,000 pound giant rock that was nothing but molten gold and plutonium. We're gonna distill that down here, and now we have everything we need. We could do
I
that.
agree, and we will. I think eventually somebody will do it. Like
Maybe.
somebody will push to make it happen. I think there's there's little things we could do right around here too. The Earth, I mean, okay, we're getting way off into the weeds, but the planetary ring. You ever heard of a planetary ring?
The ring of debris, the ring of trash.
No, 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 no. This would be like an on-purpose ring that you build around the planet to where it it doesn't crush in on itself, and it doesn't it like it's gravity's holding it in place because it goes all the way around the planet, and then it would be like like a structure to build off of to get up to space easier, faster. Anyway, it's a concept, and I think it's doable with what we have right now. We have the technology. But like stuff like that to make it easier. Like honestly, let's leave it at that. It's easy. The easier we can get out of the atmosphere, the cheaper it is to get out of the atmosphere. The more feasible it would be for all of us normies who might, end up working somewhere off planet one day. That's how they do it. The faster and easier we get out.
Yeah,
There's
I'm hoping that it's even better than that, and that we're not the ones doing the
oh
working,
yeah.
the labor part. We want these guys. We want those guys to be doing the labor, the work, the back breaking stuff that you shouldn't be breathing type work.
Hmm.
That's what we
Mining.
want. And then yeah, doing the mining, doing the slag, the melting and the slag work, and the stuff that's 18,000 degrees. And if one of those falls into an or gets electrocuted, okay, and we build another one and we move to the next one, right? And that it's people are like, oh, it's eliminating jobs. I don't want to pick corn.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of stuff
I don't want
humans
to pick
could be
corn.
doing.
I don't want to pick corn. I don't want to grind corn. I don't want to pick anything. I don't want to go out and farm anything and stand in this 110-degree weather. But one of those things can stand outside 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never get hot, cold, tired, not need any retirement plan when it's done. Let it, and then we'll have all the corn we need. And that's
So you're an artistic guy, I think, and I think a lot of people in this community are. I totally think if we mass automated most jobs, people could go back to making things with their hands and doing things for their body. Like so, still have competition. You would still have handmade goods. You would like there's still so much people would still be doing. Like I don't think I'm not too scared. People are very attached to their careers though.
they're attached to an identity that this career provides for them, is
True.
what it is. And what it really boils down to is that most people are unnecessary. Most jobs
To the
are
community.
are unnecessary. We found out in the COVID experiment that the majority of jobs are unessential. There were only a few that were deemed as essential during that period. What were they? The people who provided food,
Hmm.
the people who provide electricity and water, and the people
Garbage.
who provided drugs and alcohol. That's what were essential to
Yeah.
mankind, to be existing, for you to exist. All of these other industrialized jobs that we created from nothing, that were created based around an industry that didn't exist 50 fucking years ago, these jobs don't need to exist. So we have a bunch of people who have created schools to create people to do jobs that aren't necessary. And then on top of that, we have created the ability to do most of the manual labor and labor intensive jobs that would be done by people who don't have the ability to create things like AI.
Hmm.
Um, those jobs aren't going to be necessary. So we'll just be paying people to stay home. And that is a scary thing for the person who's being paid to stay home, and also for the people who are still going to go out and do stuff based off of a personal desire to accomplish things. And there's going to be a whole group of people who don't have that. And what normally happens is the group who has the accomplishments are like, well, why are we paying for the group who doesn't want to do anything? And that's where the division begins.
Oh, for sure.
Right back to this same where we're at now.
Josh, I want to do something with you while you're here.
Sure, brother.
We're going to do something very special that you might find somewhat interesting. So everybody who is watching on Facebook, if anyone's watching over there, it looks like Brittany and Kyle were the last two commenters. Come over to Rumble. I know both of you have it. We're going to go ahead and go Rumble only for a little bit. We're basically doing it already, but I normally do like an after session. I put a banner up, the after session. We do a little request hour, because if we go to Rumble, we can play whatever the fuck we want to play. So we're gonna switch it to Rumble only, guys. Hit that like button over anywhere besides Rumble. Hit it there too, but stay right where you're at on Rumble. We'll be right back. Let me play this outro here. Tomorrow we have We Grow Wednesday with Tala, and we got a lot to talk about, all kinds of cool things, including this toe spreader thing that I found. It's kind of cool. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but let's play this outro. We'll be right back. Stay right there, Rumblers. Let's go.